If you grew up on an Iowa farm like I did, you know our greatest natural treasure is our land. As a landowner, thinking about how to care for your land and planning for its future are heavy responsibilities. This is Professor Neil Hamilton from the Drake University Agricultural Law Center with today's Our Water, Our Land. We're just off Highway 34 in Adams County at Hamilton Prairie, a perfect place to talk to you about the Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation. 10 years ago, my wife and I worked with the Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation to donate this property to the Adams County Conservation Board. My view was that Adams County, which had very little public land, the folks here could use a restored prairie and a wildlife refuge more than they could another cornfield. We have never regretted our decision. I just wish we had more land to give. Walking the prairie on a beautiful day like today to see what new plants have emerged and look for wildlife gives me a great sense of satisfaction, a feeling that we did a good thing. That is why I want to tell you about the Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation and how it is working with landowners all across our state to protect special property. The INHF is one of Iowa's most important organizations, but then I'm biased. For over 25 years, I've served on the board of directors of INHF, along with dozens of other Iowans from across our state who are committed to preserving Iowa's natural heritage. My ancestors bought this property in the 1870s. My grandmother was born here. Our farm was across the section, but over 30 years ago, I purchased this property from a cousin. We used to run our cattle here, but my father's comment that he believed this property had never been plowed always made me realize this was a special place. But all landowners know how their land is special. Many take special steps to preserve a prairie, to restore an oak savanna, or to protect a wetland or a stream. Iowa is filled with special places. Some are grand, like the Loess Hills, the Iowa Great Lakes, the Mississippi Blufflands, and others are small, like this prairie, but they're all important in their own way. 40 years ago, Governor Bob Ray convened a small group of Iowa conservation leaders who were interested in what the state could do to preserve its unique lands. What they decided was that Iowa needed a private organization to work with landowners. The organization had to be nimble, to be able to move quickly to buy special properties, which can come on the market with very little notice. Their answer was to create the Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation, a private charity known as a land trust. INHF's goal is simple. Its motto says it all: protecting and restoring Iowa's land, water, and wildlife. You may not realize the many ways that you've benefited from INHF's work. If you've ever ridden on one of our many bike trails, we were involved protecting the rail corridor until the local governments could build a trail. If you paddle the Upper Iowa, the Wapsie, or the Des Moines, or if you've boated on Iowa's Great Lakes or driven through the Loess Hills, you've gone by properties that we've helped protect. Since our first project in 1980, helping save the Mine of Spain bluffs south of Dubuque, INHF has completed over 1,000 projects in 97 of Iowa's counties. Working with landowners and local governments, we have protected over 160,000 acres of Iowa's unique land. Some of the land, for example restored wetlands, have passed on to public ownership as federal wildlife refuges like the Neil Smith, or as county conservation parks like the thousands of acres in the Chautauqua Bottoms in Polk County. Many properties are protected by conservation easements and remain in private ownership and on the tax roll. Over the years, the INHF has grown in size and stature, and today is recognized as one of the nation's leading state land trusts. Our staff of 30 professionals know Iowa and Iowans and are committed to working with landowners to use an array of planning tools to help them achieve the goals for their land. Using private funds donated by our thousands of members and partnering with local public agencies, INHF is working to make Iowa a more beautiful and rewarding place to call home and to come home to. If you have land that's special to you and are interested in learning more about what you can do to protect it, I encourage you to call the INHF and learn more about how they can help you fulfill your dreams. This has been Professor Neil Hamilton, the Drake University Agricultural Law Center, with Our Water, Our Land.